Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Zwift Community Live broadcast of the SZR Racing Series out on Zwift's Richmond Worlds course. One of my favorite racing courses out on Zwift. I'm Nathan Garrett. I'm going to be hosting the race for you today. And let's get right into the action in just a moment here, as I am seeing maybe we need to put a different promoter in the upper right-hand corner. Mr. Certain Somebody, just letting you know that's not what I'm looking for. But we'll get right into the race action. Give me 1 second here, boys and girls. I just noticed something that I definitely want to fix prior to heading over toward the race broadcast. Well, we might just have to deal with it for now. We will give you live action of the race here as it does play out, as I do fix a couple of things real quickly here. But I am trying to find the front end of the race here. It's definitely been crazy fast already, and there were 420 riders today that signed up for the SZR race today. This is race number 3 in the series of races out on Zwift for the SZR series, and it's been getting extremely popular. There were so many racers today that I had an extremely difficult time just finding the front end of the pack. Actually, there were when I signed up my second avatar to jump into the game, 422 racers had already been signed up and put into the pens. So obviously the SZR race series doing something right, attracting all of these individuals to jump into the race. So we're definitely excited to see that. We're gonna have 2 laps here out on the Richmond Worlds course, and riders, it looks like, are positioning themselves obviously really well on the flatter sections of the course here. Not really, it looks like, looking to do too much work on this section. This course definitely plays to the second end of the course out here. So it has this flatter section with the sprints out on the front end, but on the back end we have that Libby Hill. We've got that 23rd Street. We've got the and then we have the Governor Street climb. So, I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, one after another. 1 minute climb, about 1:30 or so, and then it goes right into a short 30-second climb, and then a 2 to 3 minute everything you've got to the top of the finish of the lap out there. We'll get right into regular race mode here in just a second, boys and girls. We just need to fix something here for SZR. So it looks like we are here like this for a little while longer. Sorry, you guys. The overlays are not working out for us today too well. It's getting a little bit. We'll just probably have to leave it alone for just a moment. So, but up at the front here, we'll just talk a little bit about what's going on. And I actually am spotting Allison Kubota in the front group for the A's, actually, coming out of the US of A. Haven't seen Allison in a Zwift race in quite a while. Jumping right on in to the broadcast here. Good to see her. I also saw a Zwift, I believe, employee out there, Mr. Tom Hargreaves, who I actually raced around the island of Iceland with, and it was good to see him. I believe maybe signed up for the race. I did see him logged in prior to race. I'm not sure that he's actually in the front end group here with the A's right there. I do see S. Wu out there for sure, though, as it looks like Stephen Wu has shown up to race in the SZR series today. So definitely a popular race even within Zwift. Kim Little, another one to be pointing out. Larson is there for the GTD. It does look like we've got Von Wessel here as well. Apple Grin from South Africa up toward the front of the race. Lamzik here coming out of Germany, it looks like. And then Bovary out of the Netherlands. Really seen, I believe Tom from HIK here, really vocal in the last couple of broadcasts. Good to see him jumping out into the races again, especially for this SZR race here today. Jay Adams is there. Anger is there. So many racers. I mean, you guys, there's there has to be at least 60 plus right now in this front group. Really, really great to see how many have showed up for the SZR Racing Series today. We're going to try and get regular Nathan set up here in just a second, boys and girls. The might have her fixed here in just a moment. Or we will we'll keep on we'll attempt to keep on broadcasting the way things are, though. So looking back here, though, I do have in the C and B category a nice chase group. It actually looks like, I think, just a little ways back. And Law, it looks like they're hanging out in there, as well as see Pink Hoffman there coming out of Denmark. Blackwood then also out of Australia. Looking through the rider list from my second feed, it does look like there's a good mixture of the B and the C categories out there hammering away right now as we go through. And we do see Oosterward, as well as it looks like Jay Hall coming out of New Zealand now. Looking forward, let's go ahead and see what we got here for this chase group right now. It does look like it's actually a few of the A riders have been caught up into this gigantic chase group, actually, and are going to be riding it out with a few of the B and the C category at this point. I have a feeling that it was such an incredible amount of racers at the start of the race that if you did not find your way to the front immediately, you were going to definitely be in a struggle to find that front pack and be in contention for that A category race. Now, I do see a pack that they are chasing down just ahead, about 4 or 5 seconds up now, as A Divine out of the UK, right along with Baker and a few others, are only 4 seconds here from this group. And these boys are traveling 26 miles per hour currently. 47 seconds up from there, we are seeing then, I believe, the back end of another chase group. I'm not sure if this is actually, yes, and this is actually the lead group, I believe, out on course here, as they are just rounding the corner here into the descent into the industrial park here in just a moment. So we are seeing the front end of this group, though, starting to split a little bit here as we look over the shoulder. Do not want to let this go, as the paces are absolutely crazy. And the thing here is that the groups are so incredibly large that the people at the front, actually, this is the one time I could say that perhaps so many riders could go off the front and the back end of the pack would have no idea that it's happening, and you would actually form a break because so many riders are toward the front of this race here today. So Anderson coming from the Vikings team. We do also have, it looks like, Weitzner there. I did see the Duck Allison Duck there trying to position herself well up toward the front. Wu is here as well, but I was seeing a few riders start to attack on this downhill section. There it is, actually, a 4-second gap, and with so many riders in amongst the pack, like we said, looking back here, there may be a few that just do not know what's happening at the front. If the pace is controlled by a team maybe at the front, Kim Little and the rest here trying to get away now with the Melting Man, MT Johnson, Monstre there, as well as Hadas out of Poland. So now it looks like Anderson from the Vikings team gonna need to give a go here to try and pull this back in. We should have a regular feed here in just a second here, boys and girls. But we are looking toward Libby Hill. This is going to be the moment at which the riders are going to be setting up for the climb for sure. Libby Hill is definitely the first of the 3 places out on course that riders are going to be trying to position themselves so that they are not at the back of this pack. With such a large pack, a lot of times it wouldn't matter too much, but the difference in time between the front end of this pack, MT Johnson there, and the back end of the pack here is going to be probably about 2 to 3 seconds. And that 2 to 3 seconds over the top of Libby definitely does matter. And because of the draft not mattering nearly as much on the climb, that means you have to close that 2 to 3 seconds when you're already doing somewhere between 3 to 500 watts all the way to the top of that 1.5 minute climb or so. So definitely a positioning issue when there's this many people out on the course here. So Nopke there, Hadas, it looks like, again, 7.9 watts per kilogram, as you can see. Kim Little up toward the front looking to take the W today. And I know Kim Little in the series so far. I'm going to go ahead and take a look here at the SZR Racing Series results so far for the last 2 races. Go ahead and bring these up for you, and we'll be able to see exactly what, and if you want to do this yourself, actually, I'll go ahead and show you exactly how you can do that. Head on over to zippower.com and you can actually see the leagues that are set up. And the SZR Autumn Race Series is right there after you go under leagues, and you can actually see where the point standings currently are in this series of races. And Kim Little winning the last A race out there today, showing up again today with the 25 points. 2 races under the belt there of Mikhail Johnson and Pete Hicks, though, so they are currently leading the overalls between all the categories. But if we just looked at the A category right now, we are seeing Johan Gren with 25 and Kim Little there also with 25. Recently, Johan Gren, though, has had a I believe a full relegation, though, from the, at least from the KISS races and from ZwiftPower.com. I'm not sure about any of the other race organizations. So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold on to that until he does provide a strain gauge power meter file with real life efforts for the A-type races here. But we do have John Jacobson, Tom Grimshaw right along with Brett Boniface there in a solid 15 points, and Brendy Meltingtalo also with the 15 points there, currently sitting in 6th place. So in the B category, we're going to be watching them as well, as the few of them are in this group right now. About to head on up, we do see Pete Hicks, Robert Ford, and it looks like Zaranko, Martin Salin, and then Magnus Giljam, though. Now, starting up that Libby Hill, though, we do see Kim Little now starting to hammer away 8.3 watts per kilogram at 168 beats per minute. James Hodges from the KISS Racing team, actually one of the organizers of ZwiftPower.com, hammering away up and over the top of Libby Hill. Hadas is there, Monstre, it looks like the Melting Man, Normsky there, T. Bovary, and then MT Johnson. We are seeing MT Johnson. This man had a crazy attack the other day on the downhill of the Watopia reverse climb. Watch out for this man for a well-timed attack out on Zwift today. They may be able to, if he can hang on with these boys, though, and that'll be the question, can he hang on? Hodges now 9 watts per kilogram absolutely killing it. Looks like he's been doing a little bit of running out on Zwift, actually, as he has unlocked some of the new gear, and that's almost made me want to get a treadmill, actually, which that shouldn't happen though. So definitely, let's see. I think we've got a interesting. So looking through here, though, we do have, it looks like Hodges right along with Monstre making the front group. Sorup's able to go with him as well out of Denmark. Bovary there as well. Ericsson now 6.2 watts per kilogram. And then the Melting Man. Ing there able to just hang on to the back wheels as well. Casey Shum from Team Experimental with the white. I love it that he's got this white runner's cap now on as well. And all the unlocks that the runners are getting and then using them with cycling, it's almost unfair. Come on now, boys and girls. And maybe we can I'm just gonna have to figure out a way to start running, I guess. Oh man. Feels bad, man. So, and that is interesting. So So it looks like an attack up over the top here. Casey Shum right along with James Hodges. Kim Little able to make this group then again up over the top of 23rd Street. 27 seconds is what all it took them. Absolutely killing it. Ing, Melty Man, Johnson able to make it. It looks like Monster just hanging out in the back there. And then Ericsson, T. Kalen though, off the back by 17 seconds, currently leading out the chase group for the KRT team. And it will be Hadas right along with Adams. And here we also have, it looks like Lamsick, Trampe, and then it will be McCormick here. Stephen Wu here coming out of, I believe it is Thailand. Am I correct there? And it looks like Zwift Insider there, right along with the Orange Man Cogs, and then Normski here, part of a chase group for the KRT team with Jay Lecoq, Valve, and then it looks like Markison all together now. And we're going to do a little bit of work here, boys and girls, but we'll keep an eye here on the front end of the race. I'm seeing the Melting Man here. It looks like Lamonstre all together now. Monstre, watch out for this one. I think he took a W recently in these races, or was at least pretty close. Revisiting the world of Zwift racing as of recently, as he's just jumped back in, it seems like, in the last couple of weeks here with the winter season, the Zwift season coming on. Always good to see the riders coming back in. And let's see here. And so now it looks like Hodges here now taking the front end of the race. 166 beats per minute, 411 watts. Solid race there from Hodges so far. Then we do have Casey Shum following that up. 176 beats per minute. Solid effort also from Shum here, it looks like. Then we do have Bovary, it looks like. Little, Eng, Johnson hanging on to the pack here. Melting Man up toward the front here. But Hodges getting a little bit of a gap, actually. Solid effort here coming from him so far. And we are seeing, it looks like nobody really able to chase it down just yet, or maybe not willing. Shum now kicking, knowing that Hodges is getting away there, up in the 7 watts per kilogram. And it looks like Syrup may be the first one to bite the dust off the back. Knopke, though, only 11 seconds back. They may be able to see the front end of this race again, perhaps, as we are seeing 14, 15 seconds now between the riders. Johnson, though, it looks like here, not really a serious chase, though, to the Hodges man there. 164 beats per minute. And James Hodges, is he going to get away? It looks like it was maybe a little too much. too soon, as now it looks like it is being pulled back in to the main group. So on the front now, we do have, looking at this main group, actually Hadas now going off the front, but it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 riders. 11 riders in this front group. Oh, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to bring in all of the racing here for you as best as I can, but there are, it looks like here, 11 riders in this front group here right now for the A's now, as they make their way into their second lap. So now back up at the front now, we do have Hadas now. It looks like leading things out 156 beats per minute. Let's gonna get into a Grupo Compacto now at this point, it looks like. Nobody's gonna be pushing the pace too incredibly hard, as we definitely have a little bit more of a chill section of the course. There may be a couple of attacks here opening up here in just a moment. We'll have to see if the riders do try and take a chance, but it definitely would be a chance as the group travels so incredibly fast out there on the course now. So looking through here, I think we do have everything finally settled. I'm sorry it took me so long there, guys, but we, after a full lap of racing, have Nathan on screen. So it looks like Hadas right along with MT Johnson, Erickson, Hodges, and then Kim Little as well. All right, I'm going to be able to bring your questions and comments in here in just a minute. Good to see you there, Patrick Urin. How does kneeling, what's going on with Open Mike Huckabee there? That's interesting. For some reason, we've been tagged on Twitter with something. I'm not exactly sure what it is. That's interesting to see. My vMix is bringing in some interesting, okay, at Z Community Live. We've got, we had it picking up anything that was from Nathan Guerra, and we definitely had some interesting things coming on into the broadcast for the Zwift Community Live social media links here. But we have fixed that as well. Lots of different issues today, but it looks like we are good to go. And so it looks like we do have Patrick Ewan saying, come on, HIK. And it sounds like Johan letting us know that he is in the Zara process. And it's good to hear, Johan. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and it's good to see you here hanging out with the rest of the Zwift crew. Johan says he's in the Zota process with a smile and a wink. So I'm hoping to see you back in the SZR race series as soon as possible. All right, now, so looking like in this A category, We're still the same 11 riders. It's not broken up at all. And I'm going to go ahead and move on back and take a look here at the chase group here with Weinberg. It looks like Nopke, McCormick, and then Trampy, Adams, Lamsick there as well, and Mr. Orange. S. Wu there coming out of Thailand, riding for Zwift now, as you can see. And or FTL, faster than light maybe, is what we're going for there. ZS is off the back now, surprising to see, and hammering away. We'll give him a ride on. Normsky there coming out from the KRT. Roberts there as well in this chase group from Vision Cycling, but dropped off the back. The initial kicks here really broke things apart there, as it should, out on course here. And you can see the distances between the riders here. Here's the front group, and just around the corner then, before they come into that sprint section, there is the chasers, and then another chase group here of about 3 or 4 riders that is containing Roberts that we are looking at right now. A little ways back then, we do have Ramsey. It looks like Sullivan Larson from the GTD team out of Norway. Kowalski then also out of Switzerland. The front runners in the B category, looks like we do have P. Shoot, it looks like, as well as D. Mail, I believe, unless I missed somebody just a little while ago when I was looking through all the A categories. I do not believe I did. A couple of little attacks, though, coming from Hodges now, I do believe, as we look back at the front end of the A category race. There is Hodges going off the front, 5.9 watts per kilogram, it looks like, along with Hodges 4.6, Monstray now 5.1. And 2 seconds still to Johnson. I think he's going to be brought back in, but he's just trying to keep things honest, it looks like, out on course today. We did have the kiss up, so that, again, the overlays are giving us a couple of issues here, boys and girls, but we will make sure to fix that all up. So there we go. So right back in with the front end of this group now. We do have, it looks like, the Melting Man, nobody being dropped off from that attack there from Mr. James Hodges now. So now back at the, let's go ahead and move our way back and see what's happening with the front end of the main B category now, as we are seeing Dirtle here coming out of Sweden with B. Cox, and it will be Axelson and Weitzer making their way through the sprint section. Looks like somebody's giving it a go there with Petit now coming out of France. Been dropped off from the front group, so giving us a 15-second sprint. That's crazy fast, 33 miles per hour. And with that group traveling along prior to the sprint, you can get a pretty good time out there on those sprint sections when you are a part of a larger group, actually. So looking through here, we are seeing, it looks like, a couple of B-boys up front now. New Zealand right along with South Africa with P. Shoot. Let's go ahead and take a look at what their ZwiftPower.com results are saying so far, as we want to know if, now this is what's cool about the SZR series and these mass starts. They get a little hectic. I'll give it that they are a bit hectic actually in these starts. Actually, real quick, you guys, let's get right into the front end of this A category, because there are attacks taking place right now. And I did see Kim Little right along with the Monster, some of the favorites out here, Hottest as well, going into some orange numbers, countering Hodges' attack, actually, before they even hit the downhill into the industrial park, going into the 8, 9, 10 watts per kilogram, and the attacks are coming left and right, actually. Hodges went, then Lamonstre countered. Now Hodges is going with Lamonstre here. Kim Little trying to hang on to it, and it is a 6-second back gap already back to syrup, and looks like the Melty Man is holding the door there for the KRT team now, as it looks like Sepp Bovary right along with Ing, they're able to drop off 3, whittling it down to just 8 racers out there now in this front runners amongst the A category. Now Hottest, though, it looks like right along with the with Johnson here, getting a little bit of breathing room perhaps. We'll see if they can hold on to this gap. 6 seconds is the gap, and with this strong of a group going at this kind of a pace, it's going to be very difficult for the likes of the HIK rider as well as the Danish rider set up there and Ing to bring this back in. Bovary, let's see if he can make it happen today. Tom's going to have to kill it into 7, 8 watts per kilogram though to bring this back, as the Melty Man's at the front. They see the weakness, they see they're dropping a few off, and they want to whittle it down to just a few less riders so that they can have their head-to-head sprint up against, it looks like, Team Experimental versus KRT today, with the likes of the Melting Man there, right along with Hodges, Kim Little, and then it will be ODZ not to be counted out. Then a few unattached riders with Hodges, though. Hodges then, though, 3v2, though, if it is teams versus teams out there today. And then just the lonely there, ODZ rider looking for, where is Brett Boniface out here today, being in the top 10 right now as a part of the series lead. So we'll have to wait and see And what is going on here? So a great little tweet here coming in from Jonathan Noblet. Because of the last lap, you saw a few of the technical difficulties, and Johnny Noblet is letting us know that he's so sorry. And now, which one am I in this picture, guys? Let me know. Who's Nathan in this picture? Am I the one like... Am I the little seal? Is that a seal there? A baby seal? Or am I the guy with the look on his face? Like, what is going on here? Let us know what you think about today's Swift Community Live broadcast, and who is Nathan Guerra? No, I'm just kidding. All right, so Daphne, where is your strong night today? A favorite for the win. Hey, Johan Gren is saying. And yeah, we're not seeing Tim Cartwright. I think that might be who Johan is alluding to out there. We'll have to wait and see. Now, looking forward here, McCormick, they're right from the BRT team. It looks like hanging strong in this chase group now that we are going to get up on. So, yeah, McCormick, it looks like right from the BRT team. Fob's there as well. This is the chase group now as they're trying to bring back a little bit of time. There is now 3 dropped off the back, though, of that front group. As you can see here, we do have, and it's already gone out to 40 seconds. That's how incredibly fast these gaps can open up if you do not have the firepower. And the strongmen who are at the front end of the group if they're pulling all out, right, and they are fully motivated to say goodbye to anybody who gets dropped off out on course and want to open up that gap. This is the kind of gaps you can see open up that quickly, actually. And so Bovary and Ing now, who we're getting an advantage over maybe the rest of this chase group, are going to have to hold off that minute 40. That's a huge gap here, but it's only 2 on the front here. And this group traveling along 26, they're going to get up to 40 plus miles per hour here on this downhill section now into the industrial park. And they're definitely going to be a threat, I think, to those few riders that did get dropped off the front end of that main group now. Heading into the industrial park, though, as they head into their final 3 climbs now today, we are seeing, it looks like the Melting Man, Erickson, Shum, and Johnson all together now. Hada still at the front there from the out of Team Poland there. Now, looking at the SZR Race Series live results now, let's go ahead and see how things are turning out now. 20-minute effort from Hottest there into the 6.0 watts per kilogram. Boys and girls, oh my goodness, coming out of Poland. He looks like a serious rider out of Poland. 381 FTP, 3 races out on Zwift, but he came in over 5 watts per kilogram. This boy is definitely going to get a little Zada check mark saying, well, at least a Zada X mark maybe saying, hey, let's get this looked at here for Christoph Hottest. He definitely has a solid setup for his in real life bikes here. It looks like, at least he's got a killer looking Trek TT, it looks like, bike out on his profile. And Hottest pole is on a jersey he's wearing there as well. So some sort of a it looks like maybe elite athlete in whichever discipline that he is in. But Hottest, we're probably gonna have to take a look at. 6.0 watts per kilogram for the duration of 20 minutes is, whoo, baby, that is crazy fast. So definitely want to see what's happening with that. But nice effort out there so far, as he is pushing out still 5.46 almost watts per kilogram at the front end of this race. Johnson here 148 now, as you can see. Now does Hottest, I'm also wondering, does Hottest have a ZA badge? He does. So Hottest here with the ZA badge, and he looks to be a U23 rider perhaps. I don't have his age right just yet here. Maybe it's hidden from us. We can see over at his Strava profile, though, for sure. Coming out of Poland there. And definitely, it'd be really interesting to see if he is in it for the win in the Zwift Academy, because this would be definitely a rider to watch out for. If he is able to produce anywhere near 6 watts per kilogram for the duration of 20 minutes, then definitely going to be somebody who I believe ZA and Team Dimension Data will be watching out for if he is a U23. Now, I'm making a lot of assumptions here, okay? I'm totally guilty. First of all, his profile picture, that he looks like he might be U23, you know, and second of all, that he can produce 6 watts per kilogram, you know, but I mean, all that put together, if he's able to do anything near what we're seeing here, definitely candidate maybe for a contention in the top 10 and semifinalist here. So Johnson here now up at the front here, 5.5 watts per kilogram. Actually hanging tough about the middle here. This is going to be the section on course, though, that we've been waiting for now with Kim Little, 2.9 watts per kilogram sitting in. It's Team Experimental versus KRT and a few unattached riders out there today. If anybody in the broadcast does know Hottest, let us know. I would love to know if you are familiar with this rider and his in real life racing, riding, and results. It definitely looks like he does ride quite a lot, perhaps, in real life, actually. So we're going to go ahead and open up the mixer chat, guys. Sorry we did not have that most of the time here. As I head into Libby Hill now, the attacks are going to start flowing now as we do see Erickson now up toward the front, 8.2 watts per kilogram. Hottest now kicking 11 watts per kilogram. Hodges there from the KRT team, absolutely killing it right now. And we are seeing no sleeve, no sleeve rules. Do I not look U23? What's going on here, CS Tricks? CS Tricks is trying to tell me that he looks U23. What's going on here? CS Tricks, it looks like he is, are you streaming right now? Casey Shum is actually streaming. Good to see him out there doing that. And we are seeing Brett Boniface over there chatting away as well. Good to see you there, Brett. I'm actually going to invite a co-stream over to Casey if he can. Except that we'll have to see over at Mixer, and that'd be pretty cool to see, actually. Educating Nathan Garrett would know Hottest. That, yes, he definitely would. I don't know what's going on here, Johnny. You better get on that. Maybe Johnny could send the invite over to Casey. I know it's only the end of the race, but it'd be cool to have a co-stream here with Mr. Casey Shum actually over on Mixer. Hodges, though, with a 1 second gap. This guy coming back from the outside riding world, all of a sudden just completely demolishing it, man. This is the new James Hodges, boys and girls, coming in for the Zwift season. And it looks like he's going to be one to be watching out for. Hottest, though, now going off the front, 6.7 watts per kilogram, 172 beats per minute. MT Johnson there from the ODZ team now 1 second off the back. It is a 16-meter gap. You may be able to hold on to this all the way to the line if he can continue on. It's all about the continuance over the crest, not backing off once you do crest over the top of that climb. Back in with the chase group now, though. Did they catch those stragglers that did go off the back now? That's what we're wondering here as well, as we are seeing it looks like Bovary now only 20 seconds up. That was a full minute and a half that's just been eaten away at by this chasing group. D. Williams says that Hodges is super strong, which is about 1 day a month. And so it looks like Eng here now up toward the front of the chasing now. The Multiman has been dropped off about 1:11 up from these riders now. But now at the very front of this race, we are seeing the attacks up and over the top. Now it looks like Little here, 9.3 watts per kilogram. The current tied for the lead in the SZR race series right now. Kim Little with a 1 second gap. Casey Shum now maybe holding the door for Kim Little, making those guys back off perhaps a little bit. They go right on by Mr. Casey Shum now, who's trying to assist his teammate in winning this today, I believe. We're going to give all these guys a ride on his PRs left and right. 38-18 over the top of the climb. Where is the duck? Did the duck drop out? That's what I'm wondering here. I'm not seeing Allison Duck in these results right now, which is interesting to see. Do I only see the A results, though, is my question. Allison jumped into an A race, though, and I'm not seeing her. C. Barry right along with Held, it looks like here. Johnny or somebody from Vision, let me know if the duck is still out there or if she's raging in us already. So now we do have Lamontre here right along with Shub, Kim Little, Hodges all together. This is the final few Ks here heading into the climb up over the top of Governor Street now. 4.767 watts per kilogram, though, coming from Hottest now, trying to hold on to the pace here. 160 beats per minute, and it looks like Hottest now going off the front, though. 172 all day long on that heart rate now. It looks like Kim Little 153. Shum now up into the 170 still. Kim looks to be resting up a little bit. Hodges, watch out for him. 1 day a month. Here we go. Does he got the kick? Is it that 1 day a month? Is it the full moon for Hodges, full on werewolf. Where is it going now? And Johnson now 4.8 watts per kilogram, 159 beats per minute, but Hodges is gone at this point. He's going to hold 10 watts per kilogram all the way over the top of the climb is what it looks to be happening here. They're just going to let Hodges go. He's done 6.0 watts per kilogram plus, and I think the riders are getting savvy to perhaps some of the ways that they can just allow things to get away and maybe not chase too many Terminators out there. Kim Little here, 7.9 watts per kilogram, as you can see now, at 163, current series leader. Not going to sit in and wait for the sprint. He's just going to make it happen, it looks like here, and try and get away from the get-go. 7 watts per kilogram, solid now. Hottest backing off. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe this is the real deal, but now back up in the 7 watts per kilogram. Maybe not. All right, Kim Little now, 6.0 watts per kilogram now, though. Back, really showing that Team Experimental has shown up in order to win this series today, but Hodges is following up very closely. Not a part of the series that I know of so far. Le Monstre, though, I believe was a part of the series last winter and spring. That's 6.0 watts per kilogram. Being dragged to the line by Hodges, and Hodges just don't care. He's not Team Experimental at this point. He's just trying to chase down Kim Little. So it's these two Team Experimental, but Kim Little kicking again over the top. 8.3 watts per kilogram, 170 beats per minute. Kim Little is in this for the win. Looks like he is going to take it today with a 4-second gap. He is not going to be caught unless Le Monstre has got orange numbers all day long to the finish line. 5 seconds, continues to open up the gap, and it looks like it's going to be Kim Little for the, I would say, official W out there today, unless Hodges can do 8 to 10 watts per kilogram for somewhere between 2 to 3 minutes or so. Solid effort, though. We'll give Hodges a ride on. Good job getting 183 beats per minute. An amazing workout out today, but it will be Kim Little across the line for what I will call first place. Unofficial, though, as you have to talk to the race officials out there. Le Monstre there right along with him, it looks like, to the line. And oh no, we got messed up there for a second. Sorry, guys. We've got a bunch of other riders out on course suddenly as it opened up, but I believe it was Le Monstre for second, and then it was Hodges for third, I believe. And then Casey Shum for fourth. We'll have to wait and see how that played out, though. Back into the back end of the chase group here, and it looks like the Melting Man now just making his way to the line. Did his work for the team, for the KRTs now. And nice work to Kim Littleman. Yeah, hurt box for sure, Kim. Good job out there, man. That looked like it was absolute suffering and an amazing effort to take that W for sure. Very, very competitive field. SZR Race Series, always one of the most competitive fields out on Zwift. 430, I think, plus riders showed up for this race today. I logged in with about 3 minutes or so to go to the start, and you always get more. I think there might have been even up to 450. Huge race out here today out on Zwift. And it is, let's see here, 12:43. We've got time still to cover quite a few of the racers coming in, but then we do need to get set up for workout number 6 with Mr. Coach Hendy. We're doing the power pyramid shortly here with Coach Hendy. That's why you see me slamming the water here. I need to get hydrated here, boys and girls. But it is McCormick to the line from the BRT with ZS, and then Woo coming across the line next. Fobs is there as well. We do have Bovary now from the HIK chasing down the BRT rider. Ing there, as well as A Adams, and then P Shoot now out of South Africa, bringing it in for the B category. Let's go ahead and see how things are playing out amongst the racers in that category. It does look like Shoot at 4.5 watts per kilogram. Time for that upgrade. Mr. South Africa. Norvsky here, 4.45 or so watts per kilogram from the KRT team now. Within category limits, being an A rider, but 14 watts per kilogram velocity out of Iceland, killing it. Here he goes. Oh no, excuse me, Finland, right? I got it all messed up. I even went to the country and I don't even know what's going on. Jay Lecoq now here, 5.7 watts per kilogram. Xander then out of Sweden. Kowalski now making his way to the line with Ramses as well. And I was incorrect. It was Finland. Sorry about that, guys. And I even went to the country and got it wrong. All right, so now we do have making their way to the line still. No idea where the duck is. That's what I'm wondering. Where is Allison Duck? As I'm interested to see what kind of watts per kilogram she was able to hold down in this Zwift Academy here for the women out on course here. Sullivan followed by Larson. Then we have B. Cox. Angers there as well. Petite there from the country of France. making his way to the line, looking for a sprint now. 7.6 watts per kilogram. Maybe going to get the better of B. Cox here out of the US of A. To be expected as the A category rider here. Cox now just coming to the line, it looks like. As I look through, actually, no, a little bit of sprint there coming from Anger. Going to show a petite velocity. And that's the W there amongst those sprinters. But it looks like maybe B. Cox for the win. DeMeo, though, where is DeMeo? Is the question. He already crossed the line. We're seeing Axelson right along with Anderson there for the Vikings team, making his way to the line, I think, in fourth place, along with Dirtle, then Hawkins, then Jacobonis there. And as you can see, these riders know standing up and sprinting because the 3 climbs just put you, like Kim Little said, into the hurt locker. Actually, Brad Cox did take a second place. Julian DeMeo is going to be getting a upgrade, actually. So actually Brad Cox that we just saw come across the line, that was for the win there. E. McCoy now next across the line, looks like in this B category in the top 10 for the B riders now. Floridian, sorry, not Floridian, coming out of Sweden, riding for the SZR boys. Look at this kit. Look at this in-game kit. This thing is amazing. I have not seen this kit yet, actually. And that's not a kit. And so now we're seeing D. Crisp now chasing him down. Just a little ways back, but it will be Holmdahl now as well, hammering away and looking like he may be able to chase down the Floridan. Nope. Floridan is going to get away in that SZ kit. Thanks for the pain everywhere. What's going on there, Tom Bovary? Cal Mac DTFC, he must be a world-class triathlete with those numbers or beyond. That was officially the fastest 2 laps of Richmond UCI. Seriously? 20:47. Oh my goodness. And so James Hodges, I could tell too that was crazy fast. Everybody's just coming off of a very fast summer of racing, I think. And with the Zwift training on top of super fast. I think that people have been using Zwift, getting stronger, and you've got this collection of A racers up at the front. They're just pushing each other so incredibly hard, and I have a feeling that we're just going to see that keep getting faster. Plus, the reality of the start, with 430 plus riders or whatever it is, the group is just going to be moving so incredibly fast. Linderud there getting the better of the other rider next to him there. G. Herbert now just across the line. Lloyd there as well. I am seeing Allison Kubota. There she is across the line. First female today. 4.5 watts per kilogram or so across the line. Gets the better of Team AO and Mr. Pink there. S. Cox there across the line with Lincho and then Erickson as well in this C category, taking the W perhaps. We are seeing Wickstrom here just a little bit off of Allison, though. Solid race between the two. Very cool to see two of the Zwift Academy riders actually out there, as we do have Wickstrom now crossing the line for second place amongst the women, actually. Solid effort there. Allison just barely able to get the better of Wickstrom at the line between the two. Bergstrom there, right along with Harris. Looks like Lloyd then, and then Waddle. This will be the second place rider in the C category, I believe. As the sprint's now ramping up here from Ming. Is he going to be able to catch Evans at only 1 second, but with only 100 meters to go? It's not enough landscape. Chandler right along with Anderson, Jarlsteg, Thander, and then it will be Wozniak as well. And then looking back here, we do have Vesterlund, along with Ordenlid, and then M. Kimberly. The flat on the last lap was so hard, CS Trick says. So interesting. So it sounds like the pace was set extremely high on the last lap of the race today. That's interesting to hear here. Kimberly now 8.8 watts per kilogram, right along with Lewis. And then we do have Lyther. We are seeing C. Berry here, I believe third place amongst the women today out there for the Zwift Academy. I might be missing a few women actually who are not participating in the Zwift Academy. I should not assume. So let's go ahead and look back over at the results here and see if there are any other women that have crossed the line or have come in. We do have Allison Kubota here coming in at a solid 3.8 watts per kilogram for the duration of the race in that B category, taking first place for the women. Then we do have, after her, it was Haley Wickstrom out of the US of A. Looks like our first race out on Zwift, perhaps. And then looking through, we then do have, it looks like Seabury for that third place as well out on course. A. Beck is there coming from the SC team, I believe, in that B category for fourth place. And then fifth place will be J. Real. Is that going to be Jennifer Real? Yep, out of the US of A. Anna Beck then coming out of Sweden then, killing it though for fourth place. Jennifer Real there for fifth. And then A. Held there coming in for sixth place, just a little ways back from them. All right, we're going to get ready for the Coach Hendy ride over on Zwift's Facebook for those of you who might want to tune in for that. And Johan Gren saying Hadas should be DNF before Glenn coming to destroy his academy. Oh, my goodness. And so Zwift Mobile says Hadas is 21. Thank you so much, Richard Jones. That's super, super helpful. And we have some sort of a link to Mark Lay with the WBR. We'll have to see what that's all about. Thanks a lot for the link there over at Twitter now. I believe Mark Lay just got done riding a WBR race actually live. Good to see WBR out there doing some live streaming. Very, very cool. And I'll definitely have to check that out. Thanks a lot for the tweet at us with that. Comments or questions, bring them our way right now. Otherwise, forever hold your peace because I am going to go get ready to get demolished by Mr. Greg Henderson in the Power Pyramids workout. If you want to join in for the workout and you didn't just do the fastest race out on Zwift from what we were just told, that was the fastest race out on Zwift for the Richmond Worlds course. The fastest race. Hands down. So absolutely amazing. SZR always does an amazing job. Kim Little, 50 points. Better catch him, boys and girls. I don't think anybody else has got 50 points. Anybody who's done 3 of the races, though, will have an advantage on the point system. But definitely Kim Little's going to be moving up very quickly because there's only 3 riders ahead of him in points that can even hold on to a better result. And they would have had to actually, as you can see here, they would have to actually finish better than, I believe, 5th place or so. I'm not positive about that, but I mean, Hicks would have to hold on to, I didn't even see Hicks out there actually. So I'm not sure if Pete Hicks raced today. Let's go ahead and see. No SCR that I can see here, right? Oh, what's going on there, Mr. Hicks? Oh, he got pushed up to the, I believe, A category, perhaps is what happened there. But as you can see here, Mikael Johnson, Rickard Johansson, and they're all going to be overtaken. And Kim Little's going to be taking the 50 points, and he's going to be the overall leader as well as the leader in the A category. So you better be chasing him down here, boys and girls. Mr. Kim Little looking to take the SCR Racing Series, looks like, so far. Doesn't look like Team PTZ still with 37 points. Team Experimental is going to jump right on up, though, with a solid effort there. And in that A category, they're going to take the lead, I believe, away from PTZ in that category, though. For the overall, it is SZ followed by BRT and then PTZ Vikings followed by teams watts per kilogram. Experimental, again, watch out for them, boys and girls. Kim Little and Casey Shum letting us know who's wanting to dominate the world of SCR racing. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. We are going to be doing the Power Pyramids in about an hour and 5 minutes. We'll be live in about 1 hour from now. I'm going to go get dressed, drink a lot of water, maybe some caffeine, and get ready to suffer out on the Richmond course today with Mr. Greg Henderson. Want to join in? You can find the file actually over on, I believe, Zwift's Facebook right now. Let me just double check here real quick. If you head on over to Zwift's Facebook, the promotion should say that yep. And so there is a tiny URL right now over at Zwift's Facebook at the live broadcast that has been scheduled. Actually, if you're looking for that file and you want to join in with us on the workout here, you can go ahead and load that file, that ZWO file, right into your Zwift instance, actually. You guys want me to show you how to do that? Anybody not know how to load Thanks, CCL and Nathan. No problem, Kim and CS Tricks. We appreciate you guys very much. Thanks, you guys, for racing. You guys are awesome. I ate waffles before I raced today. Yeah, I just had a giant thing of rice and tuna and spinach, and trying to get ready for the suffering that's about to happen here. Looking through the comments here, just gonna make sure that everybody, if anybody needs to know. And there he is, Greg Henderson. Now, giving us a little retweet. Join us live, Z Community Live. Fire away questions at Coach Hendy or at Z Community Live. Better yet, get on the bike and join us. So definitely tune in and join us for that. All right, thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you in about 45 to 50 minutes for some suffering. Let us